am my uncle. I don't have much to say. A simple astral elf, but I'm angry anyways. But my curiosity got the best of me. I pulled a card and now you see. Everything in my life has been taken away, and now there is only one thing to say. I'm drifting here in the astral sea. My friends have no idea where I could be, and it's really quiet here. But there's just one thing I think about. It's certain for me without a doubt. My life is all a wreck ever since I touched that deck. Now I'm out here all alone. I saw a giant slug covered in foam. A rock passed by just now. How did I get here? I don't know how. I'm drifting here in the astral sea. My friends have no idea where I could be. It's really quiet here, but there's just one thing I think about. It's certain for me without a doubt. My life is all a wreck ever since I touched that deck. Was it worth it all to take the fall, to just run away from it all? I'll never know now. I'm drifting here. Where are my friends? I hope they are near. I just can't wait to see them again. I'm drifting here in the astral sea. My friends have no idea where I could be. It's really quiet here, but there's just one thing I think about. It's certain for me without a doubt. My life is all a wreck ever since I touched that deck.
I hate to cut it off, but the Ballad of Oz bringing us in.
It's so good.
That one's so Marsland. That I had written that one originally in the 3.5, and it was decent. But I took the words and I put it. I got free credits for their 4.0 AI, and it like there's a noticeable difference in the quality of the song when you use their new AI model, because like it's a lot harder to tell that was made up, in my opinion.
It sounds quite convincing.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I did write the words to it though in their entirety.
No ChatGPT for the lyrics?
No. The last several I have written every word. Like I just sit there and write them all. Right. So, I am a published poet, you know, and you didn't even know it. I had to. I know. I gotta switch these guys around. Welcome to the dungeon tonight. Glad everybody could make it. Yes, we're all in the right spots now. Okay, so we are now coming to you live on YouTube and Twitch right now. So if you head over to our YouTube channel, we're live on there as well. So we're now multi-streaming to two platforms. So trying something new and seeing those around there. Boo on that dad joke. Hey, there's only a couple things I'm really good at in life, and it's pouring aluminum and dad jokes.
Pouring aluminum.
Yeah, weird, right? I was really good at that. Not a job I ever want to do again, but I was very good at it.
You always have the fallback career.
No, please don't say that. Definitely hope I've worked enough in my career in the last 20 years that I don't have to go do that anymore. Yeah, so that's exciting. And we'll be broadcasting that out on social media after we see how this all works and see if there's any problems with it in the end. So we want to welcome you to the dungeon. We're all here. How are you guys?
Good.
Excellent.
Oh, busy.
Well, your mic sounds like garbage. What happened?
Yeah, probably.
It sounds like you're on a phone.
No?
I wonder if your PC switched your mic. I don't know. We'll deal with it.
Little gruff.
Yeah. Annex is back with us this week from his tropical vacation.
Hola.
Did you have a good time cosplaying and lounging on the beach?
Yeah, I was in a mariachi band. It was great.
As you do on a work trip?
Yep.
So
It's the only. I was probably the only sober person at an all-inclusive resort. Yeah, so that's exciting.
and super inexpensive. Anyways,
It was free.
Yeah.
That's what all-inclusive means, DM.
yeah. I
Didn't
remember-
matter if he drank or not. He wasn't paying for
Well,
it.
That is true. Yeah. So we're back. Don't forget to check out Dungeon Impossible over on our YouTube channel. Yeah, I know, Marsland. Like I've changed it, and like it still shows that up.
Wait, really?
Yeah, they're not the most pleasant to work with.
Huh.
But I will see if I can fix that again. But thank you.
The YouTube banner still has Oz for those that did not.
Yeah.
know what that was.
Well, we had the Ballad of Oz, so we've got to,
It's fitting.
Anyways, anything else going on before we jump into the...
What would be the Ballad of Rift?
Well, we just all have to be quiet for a moment, and you'll hear it in your heads.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just
So-
3 minutes of silence.
Mr. Lathis is here to cause chaos. Well, we do have some folks who do this, but we're here for episode 91, 3 Days of Grace. No pun in that at all. So, some will get it, some won't. Anything else? We have some exciting announcements coming up, but I can't say anything right now. So, all right. Okay.
Do we level up?
Oh man,
After
replaced my
last session,
shotgun
I think
sound button.
Marsland's the only person that gets the level up.
Oh no, there it is.
That was so
Damn!
fucking loud. Oh my god.
Any
Ooh,
other stupid
PTSD
things to
trigger.
say?
It wasn't supposed to be pleasant.
All right. Without further ado, let's get into the dungeon.
Oh,
All-
called out.
All right. Oops, I
What?
forgot to.
What?
What?
Eh.
Oh, I need to resubscribe. Thank you.
All right. So let me get some music going here.
Oh, chicka. Wow, wow.
Last week, the party found themselves back in Candor's Keep, investigating a few things going around in the city. And yeah, that's what it was. Watch the episode, find out.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all we
Cool.
did.
Hey, medical
did some
issue this
stuff.
last weekend. I don't know. I burnt something up there. So, he did some,
What the bonus actions are for. Like, if you missed the episode, give us 3 minutes on YouTube and you're caught back up.
right, and it helps if I post the one from last week, which I did not because of things that happened this weekend. So
Jeff, your bike sounds like you're coming to us from 1924.
he's on the space
I
shuttle.
don't know what to do. I really don't. Like,
No, you're fine. We'll figure it out.
It's serviceable.
All right, but where we ended, the party was laying down to rest for the evening, and as Justinian woke up, he saw a long white nose of a creature above him.
Oh, yeah.
And he hears, "Ah!"
why are you screaming? It's just the two of us in here.
Is it? Oh, it is. Hello.
What can I do for you, friend?
Just coming by to say, well done. It seems that everyone is back asleep.
And your master is happy with that?
She is fast asleep.
Okay.
I wouldn't wake her up.
Okay.
What do you guys do for breakfast around here?
I literally just like reach over into my bag and I pull out some dried fruit and I'm like, here you go.
Takes it, looks down at it, and just looks back at you. This kind of sucks, you know.
Yes, but so does waking somebody up when they are trying to sleep.
He shoves it in his mouth. So, what do you want to do today?
I was going to go to the academy. Would you like to go with me?
Sounds boring.
Hey.
Well, would you rather go to a temple?
They usually don't really like my kind flying around the temples.
Or you could talk to somebody that's like 8,000 years old.
I mean, that sounds pretty cool.
I just like get up and I walk over and I'm like, Bishop, Bren, your little flying visitor is back.
Bishop, you'd be up and about.
I do not have any little flying friends.
You do
What?
now.
Are you talking about?
I kind of push our little friend out into the hallway and I'm like, he's back. He's told us we did a great job and the air pillar is sleeping and we should probably not try to wake her up anymore.
He flies up to you, Bishop. So, what are you doing today?
I am not sure that is any of your concern. But nothing
Somebody
else
woke up on the
other
wrong side
than
of the trash heap.
your message has been delivered. Obviously, she has made peace with what we have done. Why are you still here?
Oh, well, fine. Nice and friendly you guys are. And he spins around, just poof.
I mean, unless you had something else to say.
The rest of you kind of wake up hearing some commotion, head out into the main room.
What was all that about?
The air pillar is happy. She has gone back to sleep. Do not try to reach out to the air pillar. She will not be happy if we try to wake her up anymore.
But
Okay,
it
so
seems to
this-
be our specialty to reach out to people when they're sleeping.
I mean, in all fairness, the only pillar that we actively woke up was the fire one.
No, he was awake.
Yeah, he was like,
Yeah, he was
"Well,
already awake.
We just went down into his lair.
Oh, okay.
So technically, we didn't wake any of them up.
Well, there you go.
surprised he didn't have anything to give us from helping for doing most of the work for putting the pillars down.
Oh.
I believe we got a teleportation circle and many portals, actually.
I think that would be off of Ignia's goodwill, not Ilnara's.
Actually, according to the air pillar, we got to live.
Isn't
So
that a
we're
gift
being
enough?
punished for putting the pillars back to sleep.
Right?
Ugh.
Just a day in the life of the light and sparkers, I suppose. I had never expected something like this when I came over to here.
What did bring you over to this continent?
You've heard me talk about Rashan, no?
I don't think so.
Ah, everybody came up with me to the portal room, right?
Yeah.
At one time. Yeah, when you guys, yeah, you all went up there.
Do you remember that portal in the teleportation room that it looked like it was closed off?
Yeah, all boarded up and scratched out, and yeah, it looked really crappy.
Well, yeah, crappy, I guess it is a way to put it, unfortunately. It might albeit a little bit disrespectful to everybody that lost their lives in that great city that was on the other side of that teleportation circle before it exploded. Yeah, that was where I was from. The Simic Combine, basically the Academy of Rashan. Deep in its chambers, they ran some very highly scientific experiments, and something went catastrophically wrong, and we all had to evacuate. That's what brought me here. I thought life was chaotic then, but it feels like it's only gotten more chaotic.
So, like, did you lose everybody that you love and care about, or did you guys just spread to the four corners?
We lost a lot of people, but everybody took off crazy and fast. Just hopped on ships as quickly as you could and got out of there. I hopped on a ship, obviously, that brought me to Kandor's Keep, but wasn't fortunate enough to manage to get onto a ship with my parents. I have heard hints that they might have made it okay. I just don't know where they are.
Why don't you ask them? Sending.
Shit, I have sending.
All this time, and I never picked
my
up the
God.
phone.
Wow.
Ugh.
Oh my god.
Talk
Best-
some more Shadowspark,
Let me have my
but-
plot armor.
Best wizard ever.
Somebody else is playing the wizard in the next campaign.
You know, I never thought to do that.
I mean, Marza, we've been running around constantly. I can see how you would not think about it, because if I remember right, you only recently learned sending, right?
To be fair, yes. I only recently learned that, and it had been so long that we've been traveling that I've not been able to talk with them that it never even crossed my mind, to be honest.
Well, I would say as we're at the academy researching, maybe you should take a second to try.
I'm going to add that to my to-do list.
I'm sorry.
Daddy, are you alive? It's only been 2 years.
Sorry for not talking sooner.
Are you there, Dad? It's me, Marslin.
How are the books?
Oh boy.
That's
Well,
a
so
clip.
much for that being. Well, that aside, many people did make it out okay. Spread all over Frezia. Lamar is from Rashan, right? I
Yeah.
Not
Oh, yeah.
misremember that. Yeah. Lamar is actually also a refugee.
Yeah, I imagine for the most part, you guys all stayed together when you were there, so it's being spread to the wind. It would be a safe bet that most Wadalkins are from there, right?
Safe to assume that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely a center of culture for the Vidalkins. A point of pride. Had any of you been?
I
for
have
sure
not.
have never been to Roshan. Roshan? Roshan?
Marslin, you've literally been everywhere with me that I've ever been.
You've never been anywhere before you were with us.
I literally walked from Smyrna to Candor's Keep.
But where were you before Smyrna?
I was a twinkle in my father's eye.
He means sperm, Marsley.
My parents said something about birds and bees. What is... You had never left Smyrna before meeting us.
No.
Out of fear? Lack of desire?
I did my studies, and then I went to the academy for the guard, and then I joined the guard for Smyrna.
And the guard never sent you further, just in Smear the entire time. Smyrna.
Yes.
Wow, this must all be incredibly overwhelming for you then. You have exponentially grown your life experiences.
It's nice to have you around, because then when something shocks me and I see how you react to it, I don't feel so bad.
I believe Gwynton is the one that receives most of the shocking.
Yeah. It's not really an accurate statement.
Do you wish to return at some point to Smyrna? Or do you find you
Once
have-
I use the sword for the purpose that we need it, and I return it to Ferondis, I plan on returning to Smyrna.
this life of adventuring not long term for you?
Just didn't have to ask you the same thing that I asked Marslin. Have you talked to your parents all recently? Because the last time we saw them, their house was split in half.
They'll be fine.
I have not spoken to them. I do not have the magic ability to speak to them.
I mean, imagine you could send letters, right? This is talking about
I have a-
postal office, eh, right?
I pull out of my bag a single paper bird. You could send this to them if you wish. It might take half a century, but it will eventually get to them.
Gwynton, I didn't see any mailboxes while we were inside the naval cavity of Ignia.
We were here before we were inside Igneous Nasal. I mean, there's a lot of people I don't think most of us have had a chance to talk to, because I don't know the last time that Bishop's talked to Luna and his family.
I have sent out a letter, not too long ago, but we have been preoccupied.
Oh,
Yes,
Have you?
I would like to make it back
Speaking-
to Briarfork.
speaking of that, Bishop,
DM
le-
suddenly remembered something.
a letter came.
A letter comes.
A letter came back a long time ago, and I just stuffed it in my jacket. Completely forgot about it, and it's messy up there in the smithing area. And y'all have had me making this armor and everything else, and I've had it for a couple months.
And you give us crap about forgetting things.
Here you go, and Bryn hands you it's folded in half and wide and a little bit damp and stuff from sweat
little
and
soot
things.
covered.
Yeah. Let me get
Much
that for you.
appreciated.
Meanwhile, his family is like, well, I guess Bishop's finally kicked the bucket.
Yep, he's dead.
Bishop is the bucket.
There's a lot going on this side of things. There you go.
Well, Bishop, what does it say?
That might
He doesn't
be
have to read it
personal.
out loud. Jeff, I definitely met his parents, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, 'cause I know he saw them, like you with them. I don't remember I walked up and talked to him or not. Jeff, if
Yes,
you'd like,
you laughed when they looked at their house, and then I was like, "Here's 17 platinum.
go. Bye, Mom and Dad.
Bye. I gotta leave on my new giant airship."
If you'd like, I can reach out to them with spending just to check in on them.
That would be great.
Okay. What time is it? So I'm not just pinging them.
It's morning.
Okay. Please hold. Go to somebody else while I think what I'm going to say. Strangers.
All right. So
Justinian, what's your mom's name?
It's Matilda,
Tilda. Okay.
and she would be easier to reach than my father Jacob. He's the training officer. She is the investigator.
I was thinking the magic one would be the more efficient one to use
Yep.
sending with.
You're right.
Why did you say that name? That's my mom's name. I couldn't help myself.
Is this a reference?
Yes.
Yes. Wow.
To what?
We'll tell you when you're older.
Okay. So all you sending, Matilda. This is Justinian's friend Gwenton. He is safe in Candor's Keep. Just wanted to check up.
Thank you. We are doing fine, thanks to the money he gave us. Take care of him. Keep him safe.
Okay, and I'll pass that on to Justinian.
In a moment of weakness, I'll reach down and give Gwenton a hug.
Oh.
Thank you, Gwenton. I appreciate that.
Oh, not a problem. I know how hard it can be to try to keep in touch with family.
I think that once we're done saving the world, that I may return home and live a quiet life protecting the southern forest outside of Smyrna.
You just gonna stay camped outside of Smyrna, or are you gonna live in Smyrna?
No, I'll stay camped out outside of it. This appearance is off-putting to a lot of people.
It's like, is that gonna be permanent from when you're done with the sword?
I have no idea.
Something we'll have to figure out as we are traveling. But if everyone's ready to go to the academy, Marzin, after you.
Everybody's coming to the academy?
Well, I know several of us wanted to search for various things while we were there.
Okay. Yeah, let's all go to the academy.
I will not be joining you at the academy. I have some things I need to take care of.
Nor I.
Justinian, you are coming to the academy?
Yes, I figure I might as well try to do some research on where Ifitar's actual residency is in the Fire Plane and try to get us a lead on where to find the second piece of the blade.
2 out of 4 are interested in the academy. Oh, this is exciting. I will take it.
I didn't say I wasn't interested. I am just not going there currently.
What are you planning on doing?
My business is my own.
Fireball!
And
I
that
am-
of Igneous.
Going to see what I can find out about the other 2 Shadowspark Chronicle locations.
How do you plan on doing that?
This city does have a seedy side. I will begin there. Rumors are usually based off of truths.
Stop in and see if you can see Runkley while you're there. I haven't seen him in a bit, and I'm curious how he's
He
doing.
is the one who wanted to purchase me, correct?
He doesn't hold a grudge.
No one says I don't.
Bishop's eyes flash red just for a quick second.
Zoop. Seems we have struck a nerve. Well, please don't go punching anybody. I don't want to have to come bail you out, even if we are beginning to get on the Queen's good side.
I do not plan on fighting anyone.
And Axe, what are you planning on doing?
No. No. It was tempting.
Wait, what?
My business is my own.
It was tempting. I am going to recruit us a military.
You're just gonna go to the military shop and get us a military.
I'm going to start one. This is not my first rodeo,
How do you
Marsland.
plan on doing that?
I've
Hopefully
done.
the Cantor's Keep doesn't take this as you starting a rogue militia and shut it down.
Your concern is valid, but rest assured, this will be up to all legal premises, and we'll be fine.
Do you have a local lawyer consulting with you?
No,
Curious. Have you researched the law at depth?
no,
Then how can you be certain?
I'm not.
No.
Sometimes, Marsland, you have to pull your nose out of the book and act.
That's never gotten me into any good.
Well, that is what I'm about to do, and you will see the results
I'm still
soon
in the
enough.
resort.
The resorts soon enough.
Where do you plan on?
I will be first. My first stop will be at the temple. After that, I will regale everybody with what has happened so far, because this will be something that needs to be brought to the attention of not only everybody here, but of the Queen and all magistrates.
Is this an army to go into the portals or an army for fame?
This is going to be an army to save this world. So it will dispatch them as needed. We are merely 5 people. 5 very brave, very strong, but we cannot do everything on our own.
I don't know if I always feel brave, but thank you.
So, is all this settled? Do I have your blessing?
I wonder if I could find Glav. And he's the one that he did much training with me when I was younger. He theoretically should still be in town. I wonder if you do manage to get some recruits, if I could convince him to help train.
I'm interested to know more about this Glav.
Why is DM giving me a weird look?
Because you know he was sent down to Smyrna to the
I was going to say he's at the library getting information. That was like 3 sessions ago.
It wasn't that long ago.
Well, 3 sessions ago was like,
I know it's been
early
over a
December.
month, but
Early December.
It was you were having a conversation when you first found out about Pora and all that, and she was telling you privately that she sent him down there.
Nope, don't have any recollection of this.
sounds about right.
And it must not be true.
I'll get you some details.
Okay.
It was right before she said you weren't good enough to become the leader of the academy.
That's probably why I stopped listening.
Spook you, Pora.
Winding back up a couple steps. Maybe I could convince Glav to come back up here from Smyrna and to train.
We will need people that can train recruits. We're going to need quite a bit. So this will be an effort that's going to require contributions from all across the Isles. So this is not something that will happen overnight, but it must be done nonetheless. It is what I do.
Didn't you tell us that Tyr is dead?
He is, but he lives through me.
That doesn't make sense. How can he be alive and dead at the same time?
Oh, Marcelin, you are literally a magical being. You've studied the magics that have been gifted by the gods and by the spirits of nature, by the very planes that we've traveled to.
He may have fallen temporarily, but I will restore him.
Sounds like a monumental task.
Is that how it works? I really don't know.
Belief is
see.
power.
You will see. I have power, and that power came from Tyr, and thus Tyr can be restored.
What other powers do you have from Tyr that we don't know of?
You have seen what I am capable of. Though my power has waned over time.
Is this usual?
No, it is not.
Well, it sounds like you should get on getting Tyr back before your power fully diminishes.
With faith, Marcelin, it will never diminish. It
You
is
just
my
said it has
task.
diminished.
It
Yeah.
will continue now that I am aware and have a task in front of me. I will again, Marcelin, take action, and we will have a military. Tyr will be restored. Or
We
I will
must
die trying.
remember that Pora also said there were more avatars hidden.
Yes.
The more we bring faith back, the stronger the people will be.
DM, is the temple Gwynton, what's his name again? Sylvanus?
The temple I
Yeah,
named
yeah.
was a variety of
Okay.
worshiping
I thought it
spots.
was just one. Okay.
No, it's several.
It's like the universal temple of
It's like there's one
Universalitarianism.
temple, and then
Yeah.
there's like little worshiping areas.
Okay.
For some reason, Sylvanus is not represented there.
It's
though.
only like a handful, right? Like
Right,
4 or
yeah.
5.
Is Okma represented there?
No.
Oh.
Is
Can you-
Ugma?
we
You're
we
muted, by
actually-
the way. Oh,
Who?
I can hear you now.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm not muted. We've had this conversation. There are worshippers
Thought we
within
might
the
have.
academy that worship Ogma, but it happens from within the academy.
Yeah.
And isn't Ogma's avatar the one that we put back in the old library?
Yes, that was his seat of power.
Okay, right. So that their seat of power would be in Old Smyrna.
Their avatar, yes.
So how are we to utilize the teleportation circles inside of Ignia? How are we to get there? Are we to fly there?
I just raised my hand.
It's me.
You would have seen this last session, but
Okay, I listened to it, but I didn't catch. How do we get back?
DM graciously upgraded me to level 5 in the academy,
Yep, got that.
which gives its teleportation circles and should
To
be able to.
random islands.
There's
Well,
a
there's a general one.
use. Yeah.
The general one, and as long as I know what the circle looks like, I can get to it. So I know what the one in Ignia looks like, so I can teleport there, and I know what the one in the academy looks like, so I can teleport back to it.
Okay, well, we've been bouncing around the hells, but we also have access to the angelic realms, and I pose that not only do we recruit a military here to fight against the Shadowsparks and whatever is going to come about here on this plane, we seek out the angelic realm and see if we can utilize their support into going into Avernus.
Sorry, out of character.
My-
What's the angelic realm?
Mount Celestia.
Oh, it is Mount Celestia. Okay.
Yep. It's one of the
Right.
portals that was in there.
My only concern is if we don't have to go into certain planes, do we meddle in them, even for such a good cause?
Now, that research that Lomar did, that was to everybody, correct?
Ye-
That
yes.
wasn't
Correct.
just
Yeah,
to,
we,
okay.
we were all there when he
Okay. So the celestial beings have a vested interest in recovering that cudgel. If we can convince them to assist us, as long as they allow us to utilize the cudgel in securing this plane here, then I believe it may be worth at least looking into.
That's a reasonable definition and plan.
We still don't know exactly the intricacies of getting back once we go through one of those portals, though.
We know that it's possible.
Time flows differently, and as we were told, they don't know intervals between portal openings on the other side.
Do we have a way of finding out how time?
Actually, that is kind of what Marsden sent me to research. Lomar comes out from the back. Are you all headed to the academy? Because I was just on my way.
We were headed there shortly.
Sorry to eavesdrop.
No, you are a member of this house, too. We're talking plainly in the open.
But yes, you sent me to research the plane of fire and how the portals work there.
Have you figured it out yet?
I have not left yet. You just told me last night.
Our library hasn't become that extensive yet, Marcelin.
But you're dealing with the Vidalcan.
But I will be on my way. I will see you there later. Maybe we can do lunch.
That sounds great, assuming they don't get too intensely focused on study.
He bows to everyone and walks out.
Good. We should determine how time is affected. Though I have been to many of these planes, I don't know how time
How have you gotten
moves from one plane to the other, seeing as I was in one plane at a time.
How have you gotten between these planes in the past?
Tyr dispatches me and I go.
Would I know what that means?
No, not in this.
Okay.
Not in the context of this.
Please explain dispatch.
I wake up and I am given orders, and then I complete those orders, and then I go back to sleep, Marson.
Where does your body reside when you are asleep?
Far beyond Kandor's Keep. I wandered for quite a ways before finding my way back here, trying to find out why those orders were not given and why I was awake. And even more distressing is why I am aging.
Did you awake upon Tyr's supposed death?
I don't know.
But you awoke and were not given any order.
Yes.
Did you awake in this plane?
Yes.
Curious. What are you?
I'm a human.
I don't believe you.
If you poke me, don't I bleed?
Marcelin, I'm a human. Like,
Marcelin reaches. You sure you want me to do this?
I can assure you, Marcelin, you have seen me bleed.
How did this connection to Tyr happen in the first place?
I'm a special order of paladins.
I would.
We've been
surely
told
say
what
so.
you were, haven't we? Didn't Pora call you out on it?
Yep.
She mentioned it. So I'm a special order of paladins, tasked with completing Tyr's objectives and protecting those that cannot protect themselves, as displayed in various combat situations that we have been in. I will fight until there is no breath left in me.
And there's those that worship Tyr across many planes.
Yes.
Well, it would be tremendously useful if you could replicate that falling asleep and waking up in a different plane with us, but that seems quite unlikely.
When I restore Tyr, we can have that conversation.
Unfortunately, I don't know if we can wait for that.
I
Unless
hope you're
you have-
wrong, Marcelin. I hope you are wrong.
I hope
Because-
I am too.
Because if you're right, then I fear that I may not be around that long.
How quickly is your condition worsening?
He is aging at approximately.
right?
I couldn't tell you, Marcelin, but I feel it. I feel it in my bones. I feel it in how my power has deprecated. But now that I'm aware of the situation, I can take action.
Out of character, a Benjamin Button campaign where everybody starts level 20 and goes backwards would be kind of fun.
Oh gosh, that'd be
That'd
great.
Be a great one shot. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
gosh.
Well, I don't know how you plan on restoring Tyr. I don't even know if that seems like it should be possible, but I hope you can
Arson,
do it
let me
expeditiously.
reassure you that we have done the impossible already just in the brief time that we've been together. And that's just that period of time. Impossible tasks are what I do.
That is true. I should redefine that word in my head. Thinking back,
We have spoken with pillars of elements. We have put them to sleep. We have dispatched liches and Atoma working in unison. The impossible is possible with the light unsparkers.
I don't know if my parents would even recognize me at this point, or they don't know if they would believe a word that I said of the adventures we've been on, coming from the quiet little safe house that we grew up in.
They are still with us.
Well, I have yet to cast Sending to try and talk with them, but last I heard they should be somewhere in Phrasia.
Well, I'm sure when you do meet with them, you'll experience it firsthand how proud they are of you.
Oh.
Now, enough. We have things to be done, unless there's something else pressing. That's what's on my mind, and that is what I plan to do for now. And if it affects any of you, I will make sure to tell you before I take action.
Thank you. We once had a party member that made some wild, drastic decisions without consulting the group.
Like naming us the Light on Sparkers.
Precisely.
Too many to count. But I can. 1, 2. Just kidding.
Extra digits just keep popping up out.
It's got AI finger syndrome. Well, don't let me keep you here.
No, I'll put my hand on Marslin's shoulder. Marsland, my past.
So
my,
happy.
My past is.
Oh my god. Ow.
I'll lift it up. My past, I am an open book, but now is not the time, for I have been around for longer than I know. And we can regale each other with tales, and I will try to answer all of your questions, because I feel that it is pertinent towards our allied goal.
Well, with that, I will walk out and head towards the dredge.
Okay.
Bye, Bishop.
And X, you're heading out.
Heading to the temple. Yep.
Okay.
Bye, Annex.
And Marsland, Justinian, and Quentin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You're all going to the academy.
Yep.
Quentin, what is your part in this? Are you just
I was gonna-
helping, or?
Yeah, I was gonna help with any of the searching for like mechanics.
Don't let him do it. He failed all of his tests and studying.
Yeah.
I just want to try.
Look, guys, a book.
I see words. What are these?
All right. We will start with.
Can't hear you.
What?
Oh, there you are.
There you are.
Oh, I can tune this up. There we go. So we will start with Marsland. And this stuff is broken down into these activities are going to take you the majority of the day, even with Quentin's help. We'll say Quentin is helping Marsland with his. So it's going to take you that. So by the time you're done doing your research, and this goes for everybody's little part here,
Montage.
it's a nice full day. Okay. All right. So, because it includes finding the books, reading the books, digesting, studying, taking notes.
Yeah, no,
etc.
I get it.
I know. I'm just painting the picture.
I am going to ask for Ioun's help since she is like the relic finder for the academy. I'm going to seek her out first because she would know where the relics on that fire plane are more likely to be. So,
okay. Did you check your messages, by the way? You've got time. So you all go into the academy, and Marsland, you have access to books that Quentin can't get to, of course, but you start in the main library section and you begin searching and searching for those particular books. You do end up finding a book there about Mechanus specifically, and you begin reading it and taking some notes there. And plus, all these notes I will send to everybody, so don't freak out. What you find is a description of everything about Mechanus and the plane itself and the kind of the residents that live there. So reading, you see Mechanus is where perfectly regimented order reigns supreme. Immediately your interest perks up as order is something that you appreciate. It consists of equal measures of light and dark and equal proportions of heat and cold. On Mechanus, law is reflected in a realm of gigantic clockwork gears, interlocked and turning according to their measure. The cogs seem to be engaged in a calculation so vast that no deity can fathom its purpose. Some theories hold that there are the clockwork of time throughout the cosmos, that time itself would stop if the gears ceased their turning. Other theories propose that the cogs uphold the basic rules of the order of the cosmos. Modrons are the primary inhabitant of Mechanus and maintain its intricate clockworks. The plane is also home to the creator of the Modrons, a godlike being called Primus, whose realm is called Regulus. Mechanus has no distinct layers. Each turning cog has its own force of gravity pulling towards its center, with structures built on the faces of the cogs. Some of the cogs are like small islands, while others are hundreds of miles across. So that's your first discovery. If you and Quentin have anything to say on that.
We're together.
Yeah, I'm helping you.
This place is big, I think.
It seems like we need to be on better behavior than we ever been on before and not disrupt anything that's happening there.
Sounds like my map taking notes will also have to be as accurate as they've ever been. Sounds like if each cog has its own sense of gravity, keeping our sense of direction will be quite difficult.
Wonder if we can find anything that will be able to assist us with that. Or if it's something we don't need to worry about.
I know this would be very silly and dumb to do, but my scientific curiosity wants me to try and throw something in to make the cogs stop, to see if time really does stop there.
I obviously would advise against that. However, I'm sure somebody already has at one point in time. Or if they were stopped by something not friendly.
One day when I have some extra time, maybe I'll research that.
How long's your list on things to research?
Say it again?
How long's your list on things to research?
I take out my notebook. Well, you see here, here's the first page of things that I want to research here, and it goes down here, and this has to do all of these areas of Fresi. And if you come over here, this is all of the different internal workings of Bishop that I am still studying. I think he knows about most of this, but maybe not. And then turn to the next page, and I keep going through page of all of the things I've jotted down to research.
You are going to be a very busy with all good.
All right. As you continue studying, you find a section on what the Modrons are. Constructed on the plane of Mechanus, Modrons are partially mechanical beings that belong to a strict hierarchy. Each Modron dutifully obeys commands from the rank directly above it, and in turn acts as a superior to the rank directly below it, passing down commands from paragons of law to the lowliest monodrone. While most Modrons are the lower-ranked base Modrons, monodrones, duodrones, tridrones, quadrones, and pentadrones, the upper-tier hierarch Modrons, hold leadership positions, maintaining order in Mechanus and the realms beyond.
I wonder if we can make Bishop look like a septadrone. I'm sorry.
We just start attaching different armor parts off of Annex onto Bishop.
Does it say anything about how they interact with other species who are not from the realm?
Hold on.
Or is that next? That's next, we can come back to it.
Yes, so while they will lightly tolerate others entering the realm, they have no qualms about correcting quite violently those that lead into the more chaotic side on either side of alignments, as they seek to keep order at all things. They are the epitome of a place for everything and everything in its place. Chaos would not be welcome there.
Marsland, I'm going to reiterate. Do not throw something at the cogs.
Oh, I definitely was not intending on doing that.
We'll need to make sure that everybody knows about this.
Nice.
You did read, there were, it's kind of speculation that there are some people that went there, and there were no remains ever found.
Imagine Z and Oz going here.
They step there and they just immediately get attacked because they can sense it.
Just immediately vaporized.
They must have some type of eye that shoots disintegration beams down at people.
Okay, I'm not entirely sure what to do with the Modron information, but
I mean, it'd be good to help us be able to identify who can tell who what to do. My only concern is if they might try to tell Bishop to do something just because he's, not what we look like or something.
Along with the descriptions of the different types of the hierarchy, there was definitely intricate drawings of what they look like.
Okay.
And you can kind of see that hierarchy. So you would know
Okay.
if you saw one of these, it's not just like a worker bee. It's something that's
noted.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
So that's what you and Gwynton spend your day on, is just going through this book
Okay.
and learning.
Are there any sketches of what they look like in the books?
That's what you just said, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Marston, I'm guessing you would just be transferring those sketches
Yeah.
over for this. Okay. All right. From this, we will go to Anaximander. So, Anax, you head down to the temple, knowing what you know about the wounded and the recent activities here in Kandor's Keep. Walking inside the temple and searching for some of that activity, you can kind of follow your way and find where the more medical area is. And you can see that as you get closer, that the temple just hums with activity as it serves as this hospital for the wounded from the battle still. The central nave has been transformed into a triage area, rows of simple cots and straw-stuffed mattresses arranged in haphazard lines beneath the towering arches. The grand stained glass windows filter sunlight into the space, painting the scene in fractured hues of blue, gold, and crimson that dance around the faces of the injured. The air is heavy with the mingling scent of sweat, blood, and the acrid bite of antiseptic herbs burning in small braziers throughout the room. A faint undercurrent of incense lingers, but is overpowered by the earthly pungent aroma of poultices and the bitter tang of medicinal brews. The sounds are a cacophony of life and suffering. Moans of pain punctuate the air, along with whispered prayers from both clerics and patients. The soft rustle of robes accompanies the movement of acolytes and healers as they move between cots, their hands glowing faintly with divine energy as they mend wounds or administer restorative potions. Somewhere in the background, the rhythmic clink of metal instruments being sterilized in boiling water can be heard. The once polished marble floor is scuffed and stained from the constant flow of wounded. A pile of discarded armor, weapons, and torn garments sit in one corner, stripped from those who could no longer bear their weight. It's kind of the scene you walk into.
Yep. Who do I see that's in charge? Is there somebody of a that's like got a clipboard, or is there somebody that stands out as someone who's in charge?
You can see there is a like a priest there. Their face is sunken. They look exhausted, and they see you and walk up to you. Hello, you don't seem injured. How can I help you? We're quite busy.
I'm here to help. I am an Anaximander Star Warden. I am a paladin of Tyr, and I have come to help and listen to those who you have under your attention. For now, at a later time I may request your assistance, but as for right now, I'd like to get a feel for the situation here, here in the hospital.
We would appreciate your assistance, even if Tyr left us a long time ago. And you see he pulls the side of his robe over, and he's wearing a heavy necklace. It's got the symbol of Tyr there. And he just looks up at you with exhausted, bloodshot eyes.
So I'm going to put my hand on his shoulder, and I can assure you that Tyr still lives. And I'll put my hand on the emblem, the symbol of Tyr. As long as you continue to fight, I am a martyr, one of the last remaining order of the martyr of Tyr, and I will restore Tyr. But first, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to listen to their story.
Just for the sake of, I don't know how many rolls we're going to get, roll for a persuasion.
Okay. Freaking stupid hardware acceleration garbage. That'll finish in a second as I change hardware acceleration back on. Did that go through on your end?
It's going. It's blank right now. A 9. Okay.
you serious?
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
You see there's a light glimmer in his eyes, but it's more of thanks for trying rather than real faith.
Yep.
You know.
Gotcha. Okay. So just for the essence of time, I'm going to start going from bedside to bedside, just asking them, where you just asking them about that. How did it happen? What can I do in assist? Just listening to their story. Okay, for the essence of time, as of right now, I'm not sure how much
Yeah.
to
You get to the first person you particularly come to. You see a half elven man. He's lying there. You can see they've got half of one arm bandaged up, and he's got one leg missing on his right leg, right about the kneecap. His head is wrapped in bandages, covering one eye. Hello. It does me good to see you.
It is good to see you as well. How are you faring?
And he kind of looks down at himself and back at you. I've had better days.
I see that. I see that. Tell me how it happened.
The machines, they came into the city. I tried to protect my family. For naught. They took them, slaughtered them in front of me. I cursed them for cowards. And before I knew it, I was falling over, seeing my own leg. I pushed out my hand to stop them, and well, you see what happened.
You, my friend, are a brave man. How would you like to continue to protect? Though you may have failed here, I can assure you that you will not fail again.
I would pray to anything to be able to fight again and to regain my honor.
This can happen. I see at your injuries, and it reminds me of the god Tyr, who was also blind and also maimed, but he fought, and he fought until his last breath. He also bestowed upon me power, and I can assure you that when he does return, that he will do so to you as well. But you must have faith.
I would believe anything right now if it gives me another chance.
I want you to repeat these words. I, state your name.
I, Edward Moonstalk,
Vow to serve with action and not words alone.
vow to serve with actions and not words alone.
I vow to seek justice for all beings I encounter.
I vow to seek justice for all beings I encounter.
I vow to fight and protect, even if it means losing my life.
I vow to fight and protect, even if it means losing my life.
Good. Now stand up.
How can I stand up?
Does he have both of his legs?
Just one.
Just one. I'm going to look at him, and then I'm going to bend over. I'm going to unclasp my leg, and I'm going to set it to the side, and then I'm going to stand up. You're going to stand up just like I do every morning.
He just kind of inspired, slings his leg over and braces against the wall with his good arm, and you see him stand up, and he puts his chest out as far as he can.
Good. This is a start. For now, you need to rest, you need to heal, you need to think on that vow. I am going to take some action to get you walking again.
If you say so, I believe.
It will be. Good. And then I'm going to move on to the next.
Okay.
Could you shoot me that name, by the way?
Yep.
Thank you. Got it.
All right. You find a couple others and kind of go through the same one. There a couple that really stuck out to you was Sizani Smallfeet, a halfling woman who lost a leg, and Durrani Farstretcher, a human man who lost both hands. And I'll get you those as well.
That would be great. Thank you.
You were able to convince all of them, but there was always that glimmer of, I don't really believe you, my life is over kind of thing.
I'm gonna put the leg back on. I just want to make sure I put that in there.
Yes.
I walked out and left it there.
Well, you didn't say that you put it back on, so it's still there with Edward.
He takes it.
Puts it on and walks out of there.
Yeah.
See ya.
So I'm gonna go back to the steward over everybody, and again, I'm going to just keep my voice low. It's like, he will come back. I will make sure of it. Just you wait.
Oh, if I could just have the faith that you have.
It is possible. You have seen a lot. You've seen death, as have I. I have seen death for millennia, but I am still here, standing, fighting. You continue to do so. You have your mission, is to care for these. Do so.
And he nods. Thank you for your help today.
Do you have his name, by the way, DM?
I don't, but I'll get you one.
Okay, get me one. Okay. So that's there is something else that I wanted to do at the temple, but that I can do that later. I don't know if you want to kind of pivot and hold there because that may have taken some time.
Go for it.
Nope,
Yeah.
go for it.
Okay. I want to go speak with what's her butt in the basement, the Delana.
Oh, you want to do that?
And we never saw Annex again.
This will require going to Clustus.
Yes. Just give me a second. There's something else I have to deal with. Okay. So you go over to Clestis.
Master Clustus.
Ah, Anaximander. It's good to see you.
And you. How do you fare?
Well, my shell isn't as firm as it used to be, but, I get by.
Good. Good. Maybe you should. There's probably a cream for that to harden that back on. But I'm no turtle.
Maybe.
I require, if possible, I would like to go and speak with Delana.
I mean, we prefer that we don't bother her. What do you need?
It involves Tyr and bringing him back. I'm also requesting more information on what it would take to be an avatar.
Okay. So he takes you over down the hidden stairwell. But he doesn't go down there with you. He just opens it up and kind of stands there, and I'll wait for you here to ensure no one else goes down.
Thank you, Master Clustus.
Okay.
I'll start making my way down.
Close enough.
What, did I say his name wrong?
Yes.
Oh, I thought it was what is it? It's not
Cluster.
Clustus? Cluster. Okay. Master Cluster.
Justice for the rest of us.
Burn patch.
Yeah. You descend the stairs, and as you go further down, like, you remember going down before, but like the power just kind of hits you. And you just kind of push through. It's almost like a physical presence, like something pushing you back. And as you turn the corner there, you see her sitting there, her eyes completely just white and glowing, as she just sits back in the chair, just staring blankly at the ceiling. Why have you come to me?
Oh,
Delana, may I approach?
Come forward, child of Tyr.
Come forward and get to one knee. Avatar Delana, I come requesting information. If you can assist me with more information as to where we can find these other avatars. For one, can you assist us, or me, with the means to being able to restore them to their seat of power?
You've come to me yet again, and my time is short, for there are many who need me now.
I understand.
You seek my brethren, but I am afraid that is harder than it seems. I have thought to reach out, and I've felt the presence of Ogma once again in the great library.
She has been restored. We have found her and restored her back to her seat.
The others seem shaded. Hints of darkness, an ancient place, shadowed from the rest of the world.
DM, did you provide the names of those avatars? Good. Thank you, Delana. Can you provide any information, names, description, to help us better unveil that darkness that shades them?
The other, I sense a place long forgotten. I don't understand where it is. It's damp. Others aren't allowed there. The last of us, hidden in fire and stone. But of that place, I cannot be sure.
Thank you. That information is very useful. Now, one other question. How does one become an avatar?
An avatar is the purest form of a follower of the God. One who has always walked the path, never falters, does what is right, and falls into favor of the God himself.
What if that God has fallen?
No God ever falls forever. Not if people believe.
Thank you, Avatar Delana. I appreciate your words and the information. We have a lot of work to do, but rest assured we will find them. We will restore the gods.
I wish you and your friends luck on your journeys.
Thank you. With that luck, we are sure to succeed. By
Be
your leave.
safe, and don't let your faith falter, child of Tyr.
I've gone on this long, and my faith has not faltered. I will continue on, and it will only grow stronger. I'll get up. By your leave.
You see a slight nod.
I'll
She
turn.
returns to her.
Yep. Start making my way up. Talk with Master Cluster.
Get up there. He's almost dozing off, leaning against the wall. You're back.
Yes, Master Cluster. Thank you. I appreciate that. I will not make that a habit. There was information that I needed that was very important towards restoring the avatars.
Well, I just wouldn't make a habit of it.
They are busy. They have many that she has many that's under her care. So, your words are wise. Thank you.
Not a problem. Would you
I
like to
avoid-
have a tea?
What time is it? Can I see? Like outside the window?
It's getting darker, but the sun's still up. Probably
Sun's
setting.
still up. I will never turn down tea from someone as wise as you.
Come with me. Let's just sit and chat.
Good.
All right. We'll go Justinian.
Already.
You are going back to Iona. So you step back into the familiar cove of artifacts that she stands there. She looks up and you can see her eyes are huge, being magnified by goggles that she has on as she was looking closely at something. Justinian, you have returned to me. It's so good to see you. So good to see you. Oh, in fact, I see you too well. Much too well. And she takes them off, sets them down, and walks over to you. So, tell me of your adventures since the last we spoke.
So, I had found the second piece that I had to make a deal with Ifitar for. And
Oh, that sounds like a story. That sounds like an exciting story.
And then I found the final piece in a drow matron mother's cave in her collection.
What would it be doing there? What else was in that collection? Did you bring any back for me?
No, because the only items that we brought back wound up cursing us, and Pora had to free us of those curses.
Curse? I love cursed items! There are several here in this room.
I just kind of look around and in my head go, don't touch anything. Well, then we had to put Ifitar back to sleep. And as part of me not keeping my deal with him in order to help keep my party safe, he has taken the second piece of the blade with him back to his sleep.
This sounds so fascinating. I know it's early, but I mean, we have to have dinner sometime and tell me all about this. This seems like a great opportunity to learn about. I don't get to leave here that much.
That's hard to believe. You're way more well adjusted than Marsland, and he's hardly ever here.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
you.
I try to keep things in focus, but a lot of people think I'm kind of weird, so they don't come into here to see my toys, my collection.
So I was hoping maybe you could help me find the location where Ifitar would have stashed the second piece of the sword on the fire plane.
Ooh, fire plane.
Yes.
Well, let's see. She takes out a book and she opens it up. She starts flipping through some stuff. Let's see. Well, we have the Cinder Wastes. That's, you don't want to go there. Not at all. Let's see. The Sea of Fire. That wouldn't make a bit of sense. Nobody wants to keep things under magma. That's not safe. Even for someone like an Ifritar. There is Torches. But that might be more. Torches might actually know where Ifritar would keep his stuff. But you could also have luck in the City of Brass.
City of Brass?
Yes. So the City of Brass is kind of think of it as like the Kandor's Keep of the Plains. It's a trading hub. A lot of things happen there. A lot of people disappear. But the collection of things that they have there. Oh, if I could get my hands on some of that.
Is there anything specific from the plane that you would want me to bring back for your
All
collection?
of it.
You remind me a lot of Marcelin. He collects books, even ones that attack him.
Oh, who cares about books? I'm looking for something tangible that you can hold, that you can put on and feel the power run through you. You know what I'm talking about.
I do. I understand that.
I see what you have on your arms. I don't think you're going to get by without telling me where you got those.
Wow, I forgot. Literally, DM to player. Like, I forgot where I got the illusionist bracers from. I remember where I got the armor from, but not the illusionist bracers.
Same place.
Oh, was it the same place?
Yeah.
Okay. So I regale her with the story of how we came across it, and I let her know that we had a deck of many things, and we've lost that, but now we have the airship. I don't know if I told her that the last time we were here.
An airship?
Yeah,
A
absolutely. Marcelin's the
spelljammer?
captain. Yes.
Fascinating.
Could I interest you in taking a tour of it tomorrow morning?
Absolutely. I would say it's a date.
Sounds great.
Oh, right. Well, I must be getting back to it. I'm looking at some very minute things. But, if you need anything, I'll be here. And don't think I don't want to hear about your stories.
Do you happen to have a map of the fire plane so that I know where Torchies in the city of Brass are?
I don't have one handy. There's probably one in the library.
Excellent. I'll head that way. And I'll see you tomorrow morning, bright and early at the docks?
At the docks. North docks or silver docks?
Silver docks.
Okay.
That is correct, right?
No.
No?
You're
Okay,
parked in
so
the
North docks. Yeah, my
Yep.
bad. North docks. Okay. All right, and then I head off to the library to find a map of Fireplane.
Okay. I think I saved one. Give me a second. Spent a lot of time prepping. I did. Well, no, not of the fire. I don't think I could find one of the entire plane. But I did get one of the city, which is the majority of where things are. And I will put that in here. So you find one for the city of Brass.
Okay. And does that include Torchies on it?
Torchies is somewhere else.
Okay.
Outside of there, it is not. It is a very specific thing.
Okay.
But you do know that Lomar is researching all this right now, so he'll have all this information.
Okay. I thought he was researching somewhere else.
Nope, he's doing Plane of Fire.
Oh, okay.
That's why I sent you that message, because I had other things. Because
Okay.
he's doing that.
Right.
All right, what else would you like to do?
See if I can find any more information on what the sword will do once it's put back together, the history of it.
Okay. Okay. So, with that initial research and this one, you're going to be a bit behind everybody else going back to the house.
That's fine.
So, and because this one specifically takes more time. Um, so you do. This takes about 12 hours of your day because
Okay.
to find the books were behind other books. And you pulled it out. It's kind of one of those dust the book off and you flip it open and you actually find the first book about the creation of the blade itself, the origins of that blade.
Okay.
So you found that the materials that it's made out of. So it required rare and sacred materials, each chosen for its unique connection to the natural world. It was built out of the heartwood of the eternal birch. Deep within the Feywild grew the eternal birch, a tree whose roots touched every plane of existence. Its heartwood was unbreakable and pulsed with the essence of life itself. Only a single branch shed naturally in the birch's 1,000-year cycle was taken to form the blade. Then it required lifeblood sap, collected from a Sumalan tree. This sap was mixed with sacred waters from the Feywild's crystal lake, imbuing the weapon with its magical vitality. Moonlit amber, a gemstone formed from the tears of an ancient tree ant mourning the loss of its grove, was set into the hilt of the blade. It acted as a conduit, allowing the wielder to channel the power of nature. It was then bound by wind-woven vines grown under the watchful light of the Feywild's twin moons, to remain forever alive, their tendrils gripping the blade like the roots of a tree. And then while the sword is primarily wooden, the edge of the blade was reinforced with an alloy known as Sylvan Whisper Steel, a material created by weaving strands of fairy light into Feywild forged metal. It was as light as a leaf, yet sharper than most finely honed mortal blade. The crafting, that was just the materials. The crafting of the birchwood blade was more of a sacred rite than a process of metallurgy. A circle of druids, dryads, and elven smiths worked together under the guidance of Sylvanas himself. The process took place in the Glade of Eternity, a nexus of natural magic where time flowed differently. It is said that the forging lasted a century, though to the participants it seemed no longer than a single turn of the seasons. The druids there chanted the Song of Growth, an ancient melody that guided the heartwood into the shape of the blade. The song resonated with the energy of the forest, coaxing the wood to grow into its destined form. At the ritual's peak, Sylvanas appeared in the form of a massive stag. The god lowered his antlers to touch the blade, infusing it with divine purpose. The weapon came alive, its surface glowing faintly with the green and gold hues of a forest in eternal bloom. And then to complete the blade, the spirits of the Feywild lent their essence. Dryads, treants, and pixies willingly merged fragments of their souls with the weapon, ensuring it would always act in defense of nature.
Okay.
Hopefully you took great notes there.
I've been trying.
I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
That's what you were able to get today.
Okay.
All right. Bishop. You're heading down to the dregs?
Yep.
And where specifically are you going to go?
Just anywhere that looks kind of shady out of the,
They all look shady.
I know. Which is gonna be fun because Bishop doesn't know the difference.
So what particularly are you looking for?
I don't know. I'll probably go into the certain taverns, and ask if anybody knows or has heard any rumors about strange things happening, like they were in Parents' Folly, like things that were just kind of extraordinary from anywhere else.
Okay, so the only real place there is the Rusty Nail, which is a inn and tavern of sorts. It's pretty rough. When you walk in, it's definitely one of those places where the music stops and everyone kind of turns and looks at you, especially you as you're silhouetted in the doorway. Um, there's a dirty human guy, bald headed guy. He's overweight. He's just got a permanent frown. He just looks at you and just stares at you as you walk in. What you want?
I am looking for information.
All you're gonna find here is trouble.
That is why I chose this place. It seems like the type of place that the information I might be looking for would be.
People just look at you. It ain't gonna come cheap.
First round on everyone is on me.
You just hear a murmur through the whole place. All right. Okay. That'll be 2 gold pieces.
I'll set it down.
What do you want to know?
I'm sure you're aware of the strange and exciting happenings that were taking place at Parents' Folly. I need to know if anyone has, in their travels lately, seen or heard of things similar to that in other locations.
You mean that skinny fella who used to live here who burnt the whole place down?
I am not sure what you are talking about.
Skinny, naked, carrying around a big stick.
Ah, okay, yes. But let me get the story straight. He did not start any fires while there. It was another individual.
That's not what I heard.
But you're getting it right. The rumors. I am listening and trying to find any information on more rumors like that.
I don't know if I remember any other rumors. And he just kind of scratches his head and his hand kind of falls down toward you. It's kind of quiet here.
I put another 2 gold down.
Well, I am thinking of a couple. Maybe one. Flashes you a grin, and he's got teeth missing and looks like nothing has ever attempted to clean his teeth in ever. I heard a fairy tale when I was younger that there are places out in the woods where dark creatures used to come up. And there was a big battle of sorts. We don't hear about that stuff anymore. But it's all over some magical thing. Is that what you're talking about? I've heard of stories like that when I was young.
I am looking for more information on more of a book or books that seem to be extraordinary in farther out places. Parents' Folly. The people were using a book to bring people back to life.
Books? Hey, Thordak, did you ever learn to read? I can't even spell my name right. If you want books on stories and myths, I'd look for some children's books called Myths and Legends. I bet Madam Eustace could read it to you as you fall asleep, right in her bosom cradle.
I'm
No.
not sure how that would be helpful, but
I'm not even sure how that would work, but
you said it's called Missing Legends.
myths and
Oh, Myths
legends.
and Legends.
Yep.
And this book is just a child's book from any bookstore.
That's what my mom used to read to me. I was little.
Thank you for the information. And I'll walk
Yeah.
out.
Come back again sometime. If you see that skinny fella, tell him he owes me money.
Good luck with that. And I'll go looking at for bookstores.
Okay. Not a lot of bookstores here if you're staying in the dregs.
No, I'll move on. I'll move on.
Okay. So on your way back into town, you get in the West Shards. You do find a small bookstore. I wouldn't even call it. It's not a library. It was just a small local bookstore. Step inside. You can see books of all sorts. Small tabaxi woman comes over. How may I help you?
I am looking for a book with the title of Mythics and Legends.
Myths and legends. What a great... And she's kind of squinting her eyes at you. Do you have children?
I do have a younger sister.
Oh, a great gift. A great gift. Come this way, right, Meow? You'll go and find the book.
I heard what you just did there.
I had to. You walk back to the back, and you see her kind of climb up, and she grabs one. She hands it down to you. I only have the one, it seems. I must have sold the other. She hands you the book called Tales from the Land. Myths and Legends, Book 1, Tales from the Land.
And how much is this?
5 silver.
Go ahead.
Well, thank
Pay her
you.
that.
Enjoy the read. I hope your little sister enjoys it.
I hope to find it very informational. Thank you.
She waves to you. Anytime.
I'll put it in my bag and go on with the other stuff.
Okay. And we'll take care of that.
Mhm.
Because I don't have the other things plotted out. I had one thing. I didn't get the other. Okay. So I think that's everybody.
On my way back, I will go to the docks where our ship is
Okay.
and go to the dock master, and I will ask him the same question. If there's any other, if he hears anything or there's rumors about unexplained things from books, and since he deals with all the ships coming in and out, going out, I'll pay for the information.
I will let you know if I hear something.
Much appreciated. And then I'll head back to the house.
Okay. When you get back to the house, you'll be getting back before everybody else. Are you taking time to read the book, or?
Yeah, I'm gonna go up to my room and read.
Okay. Again, I'll send this to you. In the heart of a sprawling forest, where the air is always damp with mist, a relic of untold power lies hidden. The relic is no blade or jewel, but a book. Its cover bound in supple weathered leather that seems to shift and shimmer with the faintest hint of movement. A magical artifact of knowledge and secrets, now lost amidst the trees after a battle of historic proportions. Many years ago, the forest became the site of a clash that would shake the balance of the natural and unnatural worlds. Tabaxi rangers, with their feline grace and cunning, had long been guardians of the forest, protecting its sacred groves from those who sought to plunder its power. They were known as the Silent Stalkers, their mottled fur blending with the shadows and their longbows singing death from unseen perches. But the forest had a darker side, a tether to the Shadowfell. This cursed connection had remained dormant for generations until a necromancer named Theron Mournvale, wielding the ancient book, sought to tear the boundary asunder. With the book, he could command the forest's darker energies and unleash horrors from the Shadowfell upon the material plane. The Tabaxi, led by the Elder Ranger Shifting Leaf, took up arms against Theron and his horde of shadowborn creatures, wraiths, shadow mastiffs, and twisted monstrosities. The battle raged beneath the canopy of ancient trees, the twilight broken by flashes of eldritch light and the hiss of loosed arrows. As the battle reached its climax, Shifting Leaf faced Theron atop the jagged roots of an ancient tree known as the Heartspire. In their duel, the tome became a weapon of its own, pages fluttering and spilling curses into the air. Shifting Leaf, though mortally wounded, struck a decisive blow, severing the necromancer's connection to the book. Without Theron's will to guide it, the tome released a surge of chaotic magic, tearing open a temporary rift to the Shadowsfell. In the chaos, the book was flung into the forest, disappearing amidst the smoke and blood. Theron fell, his body crumbling to ash, and the rift closed, but at great cost. Shifting Leaf and many of the Tabaxi perished, their sacrificing ensuring the forest's survival. The forest never fully recovered. Portions of it remain shadowed, haunted by lingering echoes of the battle. Travelers speak of eerie whispers carried on the wind, and some claim the trees themselves seem to move, shifting paths and trails to confound any who venture too close. The book became legend. Some say it lies in the hollow of an ancient tree, protected by the spirits of the fallen Tabaxi. Others believe it was claimed by a wandering adventurer now cursed by the book's knowledge. Rumors persist of its power. It is said to contain spells that bend the mind and soul, secrets of the plains, and knowledge of the gods themselves. But all who seek it are warned. The tome whispers to those who draw near, offering promises of power while slowly unraveling their sanity. The end.
I am not sure why a child would want to read this.
Everyone has their stories.
I will say, it sounds like we have encountered this tribe of Tabaxi before. Yes, Bren, I believe it's in the forest just northeast of us. I'm assuming she's in there. She's always in there.
Yeah, it's always in there. That could be. But haven't you all spent time in there before?
We did not go too far in, and definitely not far enough to encounter any of the shadow creatures that the book is mentioning, even though what they are describing seems an awful lot like what Jade was describing when we first encountered him. I don't know if he was affected or not. He was not exactly all there most of the time.
Didn't you say there was a dragon out there too?
Was there a dragon in that mountain area?
Yeah, we came across a gold dragon.
That told us never to come back.
Oh,
After he
that's-
gave us
that's right.
magical items to make up for things coming later.
Yeah, but we didn't encounter any like shadow creatures.
No.
It seems like we need to find those rangers again. Their past seems to be connected with the book we are trying to find. And I'll make note that the next day I'll go to the academy and try to find books on those two locations that were mentioned.
Okay. Which two locations?
The battle where the book was
Okay.
flung from.
Okay. About this time, everybody but Justinian, you arrive back at the home. You see Bishop there.
How was everyone's day?
Could I do my little lunch intermission?
Oh, yes. So during lunch, you
He's like,
Did
I
you
gotta
leave-
talk to Lomar.
did you leave Gwenton behind for that?
I will have explained that Quentin, I'm just gonna go out and run some errands. I'll be back shortly.
Okay. As long as that's in an area I'm allowed to be in, I stay where I'm at.
Yeah, you are. Okay. So where do you go?
I'm gonna head to. How far am I from Newborough?
You're basically in Newborough. West Shards is on the west. Newborough's the dark purple area.
Cool. I'm gonna head to Farron's Finery then.
Okay. You walk in. This is just coincidence here. You see a tabaxi woman with gray fur and stripes. A lot of tabaxi today. Wearing very elegant pearls, piercings in the ear, a fine dress. Welcome to Farron's Finery. Farron speaking.
Wait, is this a? I'm not. Never mind. I'm not gonna bother. Are you a good person, a good shop to come into if I have a bit of a commission request?
Oh, my dear boy. We are the best for any kind of commission that you might have. What do you need?
Feeling okay.
I'm feeling grand.
Okay, just wanted to make sure. I couldn't tell if it was something in the air. Anyway, I I don't know if you've heard of the Lighten Sparkers.
I can't say that I have, but it sounds like they need to come here more often.
Well, it just so happens that I am one of them, and I am here. I'm quite honored that you have heard of us.
Okay.
Anyway, I have been working on drawing this, and I slide over a drawing of a crest. I've come up with the symbol to represent us, and I would like to get it emblazoned on some pieces of clothing.
Oh, I think we could work with this.
So I'd like this crest, and with the words "Light Unsparkers" in banners above and below. And I would like some robes, a couple capes, a kilt, and a loincloth, please.
And what base color would you like to go with? Something royal?
Ooh, that's a good question. I would say maybe like a nice deep crimson red.
Crimson with gold stitching?
That sounds marvelous.
Would you like it inlaid with anything?
Oh, what type of materials do you have?
We can go with a fine silk.
How much does this add to the cost of the garment?
I would say, for time and material, about 15 gold pieces each.
Is that total or additional?
Total.
You know, I think this is worth investing in. Yes, that sounds quite nice.
Well, let me get my writing utensils and let's get the details.
Beautiful. I hope you have some nice writing instruments. I've known to carry quite a few.
She pulls out a nice ink and quill and a book and flips through, and she sketches out kind of what she's thinking and gets your name. And now to get the gold and we'll be started. Something like this might take a week or so, unless you wanted to do a rush order.
How much for a rush order?
Well, just 10 extra gold.
And how much faster would you be able to deliver that in?
Oh, we could probably deliver to you tomorrow.
And that would be bring the total to 85 gold, if my math is correct.
If your math is correct.
I'll call it an even 80 gold.
Are you trying to negotiate with the finest finery in all of Phrasia?
I don't mean any disrespect. Just is a matter of formality.
So disrespectful.
This person is insufferable.
Some could say the others. Do you know who I am? I'm almost the person in charge of the academy.
I'm
you
with
get
the
me a
academy.
discount. Right now.
I didn't pull that line. Fine,
So,
if it's,
full price.
it seems like you won't budge on that, so I guess full price it will be.
And she holds out, takes a box, and just opens the box. Deposit inside.
I'll take out 85 gold from my bag and deposit it.
Okay. We'll see you tomorrow evening.
I am very excited to see your work. Thank you very much for taking this on.
Best of luck to you, Light Unsparker.
Thank you. We could use every bit of luck we could possibly get. Till tomorrow. I'll head out.
Toodaloo.
How's your voice feeling?
Great. Now you return.
Yep.
Gwynton, any questions for Marsland when he returns?
No.
Okay. All right. You all return. You're there with Bishop. Bishop asks, how did today go? Except for just ending. You're going to come in a little bit later.
I would say we discovered some good information about Mechanus, and Marsland has some good drawings that might be worth everyone to see.
Mechanus sounds like it's going to be a heck of a place to navigate. Not only does it seemingly have no good direction, every bit of gear and clockwork in there has its own gravity, so it'll be confusing to say the least.
Any information on this vault?
Nothing quite yet. Right, I'm not missing anything, right? We didn't get anything.
No,
You are
we
not-
didn't get
you are
anything
not-
about.
No.
Nope.
Yeah.
I wish I could be more helpful, but I do not know anything about this plane.
And I only researched in the first level today, right?
Yes, because Gwynton was able to be with you to assist.
Yeah, okay. That was just looking at the first level. I would like to head back tomorrow and I'm sorry, Quentin, but I'd like to go into the private section. See if there's any deeper details.
Understandable if you can find more information in an area I can't get to. I mean, that's all we can ask for.
I can't bring him in as a guest there.
Not there. Nope.
Okay.
That's all right. If you don't have any real plans tomorrow, Gwynton, I will be heading there as well. I did find rumors in this child's handbook explaining a very powerful book that was well wielded by a necromancer in the forest just northwest of us. I believe this might be one of the Shadowspark Chronicles. But our loosely named friend Jade, his clan of rangers seem to have some past experience with it. It might
What-
be something to look into.
I wonder if they'd be willing to show us around the forest. Maybe we can find this dark spot. Or if they, for all we know, they could have the book hidden somewhere.
They could. But from the story that I read, it seems Jade's worries about dark creatures in the forest was a real thing. I do
Well-
believe whatever the Shadowsparks were doing also affected the forest.
That seems like a pretty easy thing to believe, considering what they did affected several parts of these islands.
We already know that that clan are not very friendly. So any information we can find might help.
I can help you as does anything I can with that tomorrow then.
And you, Annex. How goes the army building?
Small steps, but they were pertinent steps. I have some work to do before I can adequately provide numbers. There is something. Is Bryn down here?
Yes.
Okay. Bryn,
Yeah.
Bishop, everybody. I feel that I have failed to mention something of note. I have known this Gaz that you speak of. I have met him many years ago, and he
And
made
I
me.
would say about right then, Justinian comes in. Just so everybody's there.
Okay, I thought everybody was there.
Nope, that's fine. Taken care of.
I'm gonna back that up. I'm gonna redcon that, and I'm gonna start again with Justinian there, so he doesn't feel excluded.
Yep.
And he made me something vital, and then I'll come down and unclasp the leg again. Do you
Watch it.
recognize this work?
You've
And then
got
I'll
magic legs.
toss it over to Bishop.
We've had this conversation before.
Yep.
I said he tends to like to throw the leg.
Yep. Then I'll toss it to. I couldn't remember if we talked about it or not, so
We
I'll
did.
toss it to Bryn. Good. I'm not an insensitive jerk.
She looks at it. This is definitely. This is like this is guys' work, but it's not his modern work. This is like from longer ago than it should have been.
Told. He gave this to me.
How old is old? And she tosses the leg back to you.
I could not tell you. It is difficult for me to keep track of time in a linear fashion. But he did make this for me when I had injured myself protecting another from a vicious demon on a mining planet. However, I made a bargain with Gaz, and I vowed to keep that bargain. I'm going to continue to spread that message of Tyr. And we're going to fight. We're going to fight until our last breath. Tyr and Gaz were quite amicable. And it was a blessing in disguise that I was brought to him. I'm going to hop over to Bryn. May I?
She hands it to you.
What does that have to do with this work?
I have a particular calling towards those who have been maimed. They are vulnerable, and I empathize with them and understand their apparent weakness and can help them strengthen themselves because of it. I plan to reach out to the local artificer and have him conscript other similar mechanized limbs in order to help recruit, though it is not a requirement to be maimed, but it is a start. It is where I started.
I would be very careful throwing out Gaz's name. He made it very clear He did not want any of his inventions falling into the wrong hands.
Thus, that was part of our bargain. However, with us knowing that of Gaz, it is pertinent that I reveal this to you. I plan on seeking out the artificer at the bubbling pot and having him make limbs for these people. However, I can't give them this guide. They will have to come up with their own. Is this something normal for an artificer to put together? Or is it exclusive to Gaz?
Well, I tell you,
That-
I could probably. You gave me an evening to kind of study that. I could design something that's more my own, and that would shield the invention. We could pass that off, or we could make it in house. It just takes me longer.
You have been quite busy. That would take the consensus of everybody to pull you away from your work for something such as this.
It's your armor that she's working on right now.
Yeah, I got this armor, and then Justinian, I'll finish up your shield, and I can work on it after that. So a couple weeks.
My
Or-
shield can wait.
That's all of your call.
How many rooms do we have available for guests?
That's gonna be
Bryn?
managing the house.
Yeah. I know we used to
There's an entire room upstairs next
There
to
should be
the,
at least one full room. Yeah,
how many beds?
I don't think there's any beds in it right now, but you could have it outfitted with beds.
Yeah, we'll have to outfit it with some beds. Okay.
Once Bren finds a design, she can see about bringing on apprentices. At least to help manufacture. I'm sure there's some blacksmith out there that would be willing to help in such a project, helping create limbs for soldiers and families that were devastated in this last attack.
That will work. Bryn, can you keep Gaz's secret while also putting together a design for a local blacksmith?
I can.
How much would that deter you from your work so far?
I can finish up that and here in a couple days, and it'll be free. I'd have to delay the shield though.
Justinian,
Yes,
would that be acceptable if we delayed that?
I already said so. Yes.
Good.
Giving these people back their dignity and their chance at livelihood means more than me having a nicer shield.
Good. Then I have one final request. If it cannot be, then I will find them other housing. There are 3 people in particular who have vowed to continue on with this pursuit. And I'd like to house them if they don't already have housing. I know that one in particular, his house was destroyed, and the other 2, DM,
They have houses.
they have houses?
Yeah.
All three? Or just the two?
No, all three have the houses. The one just lost his family.
Okay, I thought they lost their house.
Nope, that's fine.
Okay. If they don't have houses, I'd like to house them here.
Well, we got the room. We can have Lomar pick up some furniture.
Okay. Here, take this. And I'll hand the platinum that I have to Bryn. Use this when the need arises to help.
You're one of
I
the
will give you the
bosses.
names and the locations of those three people so that we can reach out to them and get them fitted.
All right.
Thank you, everybody. I also spoke with Delana to request information on the avatars. Very little information came to light other than one was in a damp place, not seen, and the other was in a place of fire and earth or stone. I can gather probably where one of them is, but the damp, unknowing place escapes me.
The portals that we saw in Ignia was to the plane of ooze. That strikes me as being quite damp.
Could be. It sounds terrible. But if that it's worthy of exploration, if we can find one of the avatars.
Was there any news or rumors of how many or where the remainders may be?
I asked for names, but all I got was the location of 2. 3? You only gave me locations of 2, but there were 3. Yeah.
I gave you 3, but I think 2 of the locations got mixed together. I'll clear it up
Okay.
in post.
All right, we'll iron it out then.
Yeah.
3.
that's-
There are 3 that remain.
Well, where do we think that should lie in priority in relation to the echoes? Currently, there doesn't seem to be much sign that Fane is an immediate threat, but that could change quickly, knowing how things seem to happen in this place.
Is there any overlap in the places Annex just mentioned, along with where we need to go for the echoes?
Oh, Quentin, that would be too easy. Otherwise, why would there be 10 portals put down?
Just been called out, DM.
It all makes sense to me. I can answer that question right now.
Why don't you?
The one place that you mentioned, Annex, you said fire and stone. That's either the fire plane where we need to go for the blade, or that's Avernus.
There may be some overlap there. Now, as far as priorities, we have beings, living, sentient beings who are captured. But as far as the echoes, this could be the existence of all beings on this plane. If Fane escapes.
How many books are we missing? We're missing 2, correct?
3.
Missing 2,
We
3.
know where one is, and 2 we don't.
Well, let's go get the one that we know about once we're done researching. It's on this plane. Let's go get it.
The
I
problem
mean, it
is the
sounds
last
simple, but
the last place we knew it was at, 3 of us aren't allowed back.
Right, but that's why there's disguises that can be done, and maybe money can be exchanged.
It also is not maybe the most dangerous place, so if we split up just two of us to go there, I don't think it might be as dangerous as, say, going into the portal split up.
I agree. We need to get our hands on that book.
Excellent. So we'll spend another few days researching and getting our wits and rest about us, and we will make a plan for the book.
Justinian and Annex, are you willing to do that?
Yes.
It would have to be you two.
Yes.
Would. Yeah, we can do that.
Marcelin, since you are the captain of the ship, Iona has taken quite an interest in getting to get an inspection of it tomorrow morning. So I would like to walk her around it before I head to the academy. Does anyone have any objections to that?
What is this inspection for?
She is the relic documenter for the academy. She's the
Oh,
one
for
that
the
first told
academy.
me. Yes.
Oh,
She's
yeah,
the
that is
first one to
perfectly
tell me
fine.
what the blade is for.
Like, you just said academy. He's like, yep, I don't care. They can take it.
They want to take it for study? Sure. We
I
don't
wasn't
need it.
planning on flying it out of the dock. I just wanted to let her walk around and inspect it.
I don't have a problem with that. If she needs any other detailed information about how it works or the personality of the ship or anything like that, I'm also happy to help.
The personality of the ship?
I'm not the only one, surely, that's noticed the ship's personality.
It's a ship. It has no personality.
Oh, it's more than a ship, Justinian. It's a whole being.
Marcelin, are you suggesting that the ship has, like, expressed some sort of feeling to you?
I mean, I do get the sense that the ship likes me. Likes me.
Quentin, you're the only other person besides me that's flown it.
I mean, Marsden says the ship talks to him. It's never talked to me. And I don't know anything about flying ships to know if they are intelligent things. Maybe it's a giant mimic. Maybe we're flying in a mimic.
Well, Marcelin, perhaps then you should come with me to escort Iona around the ship, since you apparently have an intimate connection with it that the rest of us don't.
Oh yeah, I didn't realize that the ship doesn't talk with anybody else. It keeps me quite entertained on those long journeys. We just chat.
You didn't think that I would tell you, like, hey, the ship told me that we went too hard into that headwind. Like,
I mean, I don't know why you would necessarily tell me your private conversations with the ship. I assumed it just happened and was not that notable.
the ship hasn't told you to kill any of us or anything, right?
Oh, I wouldn't tell you that if it did.
I'm pretty sure I've told you Marsden the ship will not talk to me in the past.
Yeah, I think you did.
Okay.
You'd think that ship wouldn't hate us so much, considering we're always healing it.
Right? I'm casting mending on that thing every hour. Like,
It's not that she hates you.
Can't hear you.
can't hear you.
Not that she hates you.
It's just not me.
We're not blue enough.
Gotta have that big Smurf energy.
Oh my god. All right, and that's where we end tonight's episode.
The ship's new name is Smurfette. Everybody gets a turn.
Oh God. No.
Wow, we just
Childhood
went
ruined.
really dark.
And we're canceled.
So how about that YouTube stream?
Yeah.
I think we're far enough into it that if they're watching still.
They get it.
I did find out about the blades construction, and it does give me pause that maybe we should go have the two pieces looked at before we put so much intention into going into the fire plane, because everything that this sword is made out of is one of a kind, unique pieces, and they may require additional materials that we do not have on top of the three pieces.
So, but even if we don't, there's no way to reforge the blade if we don't have the final piece, correct?
Yes, we need all three pieces. Brondis was very clear on that.
But we might just need additional items you're suggesting.
Yes. And I would hate to get everyone's hopes up if we go and get the third piece just to find out we still needed more.
But if we went and got the third piece, it would not be wasted time. We would just need additional quest.
Yes.
That would be good information to have. I agree.
Do we know anybody that is in contact with any of the forge bearers?
Colton?
I mean, other than him, anyone here in the academy that might have contacts
I can ask
with
around.
the people over there.
I don't immediately know.
I would not want to let that man know anything about what we're doing ever again.
Hey Colton, do you know anybody that can help us reforge a super rare, super powerful sword?
You're not standing on our ship right now, so he can't hear you.
Of course I can.
Whoa! Where is it?
It's that one little wood splinter that's in somebody's butt.
Yeah.
Lomar was
You
Colton the
needed
whole
a
time.
wash.
He thought it was a chandelier with a light. It's just a scrying orb that's been sitting up there for. All right. What are y'all doing now?
I think it's time for dinner in bed for me. I have a long day tomorrow.
Yes, I believe the researching is going to last a couple more days. We are definitely trying to take in as much as possible.
It's late, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's 9:38.
Friend, if it helps, I will go upstairs and help you with anything you need in the armor.
Sounds good. Always use the help and enjoy the company. Lomar's not great company.
What? Lomar's the best company.
Well, his muscle is his brain. Bryn's
I'm-
is the arms.
Lomar is truly the best Vidalcan that I've met to date.
Ah!
What?
Um,
I can't believe you've done this.
Oh, before you go to bed, Marcelin, don't forget to call your parents.
I was going to. Thank you for the reminder.
You're welcome.
I'll head upstairs.
Hello, mother. Hello,
Hello,
father.
father.
All right, you head up with Bryn. She takes you in there, pats you on the back. Gwynton, where are you headed?
I'll go to my room as well. And then I will also I'm also going to use sending to talk to my dad real quick.
Okay.
Everybody
it's-
wants to
it's-
talk to their parents.
I know.
Mommy!
Go to
You're just
Cold
mad because yours have died.
Well, to be fair, it's like one of his parents is aura.
Right. That is true.
All right,
Although
go
I
ahead.
think Marcelin's the one that calls her mommy.
All right, go ahead with that, Gwynton.
Just father, this is Quentin. I'm doing well. Things have calmed down. We're studying things right now. How are you?
Oh,
I don't know. Great.
Blech.
Books.
It's good to hear from you, son. I'm glad you're doing well. I hope your studies go better than when you were at the temple. Good luck.
Stab.
All right, and Axe, you're just
I'm going up, meditating, and then heading to bed.
okay. Justinian, you're just going to bed. A long day. And Marcelin.
I'm gonna cast sending.
Okay.
To my dad. Father, are you still alive? I'm in Candor's Keep. Level 5 of Academy. You won't believe the tales. Bye.
Hope to hear from you.
That's the most Marcelin sending message ever. You wasted the last word with bye.
Bye.
I was trying to be serious there. As you send the message out, that's where we're going to end for the evening. Yes.
he
that's-
can't respond when he's laughing. He
Right.
needs to be serious.
I don't get to find out if my dad's alive.
Nope.
Tune
Tune
in
in
next
next
week.
time.
Wow. Yeah, that was fun. That was a lot of fun. Especially for what it was. But thank you all for coming out. Said it was our first time streaming to YouTube and Twitch at the same time. So appreciate everyone. Feel free to stop by our Discord, our and everything else. All the links I think are on our YouTube. If not, I'll get those fixed. Linktree has our stuff for the Discord and merch store and all that stuff. If you're interested, we hope if you want to get caught up on the campaign. Oh, come on. You don't got a list of dad responses ready at all times. Not for this particular case. This is different.
Who this new number?
Uh-oh, what's going on?
Yeah, Jacob. Yeah, feel free. We actually have a YouTube video. If you kind of explore our channel a little bit, we just put up a Dungeon Impossible that shows you how to write kind of a homebrew one-shot adventure in under an hour. So we got that up there. If you want to get caught up on the campaign, we have what's called our bonus actions. Those kind of we take this 3 hours and condense it down to 3 minutes. And so you can get caught up on where things are. We even have a like a mid-campaign catch-up video that's in there. I think it happened around episode 50. We'll be doing another one of those after episode 100, so that you can just kind of get a lump caught up with what's going on with the campaign. We have our first campaign, which was a couple years ago, but the quality on that's a little on the rougher side.
Still good.
Still good, still good. Always happy to talk about DMing, and if you ever need tips, we've got our Discord, Seven Dungeons Discord out there. I got to get all the links put into YouTube for this. This is rather new, going to both places, but we love talking about D&D in the Discord. So feel free to stop by. A lot of us have cycled through DMing, so we have a lot of ideas and tips, and can show you what you need, and happy to help everybody. So, yeah, we'll be with you on Wednesday with not D&D, but some kind of stream, and then we'll be back here Monday for the next chapter, episode 92
Father?
of campaign 2.
Father.
Yeah, so, and we'll be continuing this. So we hope to see you next week, and we hope you have a great week. And until next time, we will see you in the dungeon. Take care.
The night where demons haunt and fright, everyone stands afraid to fight against the evil. But there are those that stand alone against the evil.